is quite the busy street to be filming a video on. Hi. Hello. You know what? I know that I'm not gonna want to edit this. Number one, because it's, I don't know, mostly because I'm not gonna want to listen to myself talk about this, but also I'm filming on my phone and I don't know. So I'm gonna try and just say what I want to say, and I'm not gonna edit this probably. I just left a parenting class. I mean, yeah, it's for like a first time parent, sort of. It deals with like birthing. So basically it's like there's 5 of them and they're once a week, and then I think you can continue to do more, but it's to prepare you for like birthing and then parenting, like this is for the first time. And so I signed up for this probably like 3 weeks ago. You know, like knowing that I would just be going alone. I don't know, I guess part of me tried to prepare for like the possibility that I could possibly be like the only single person there, but then I've even like talking to people about it and about like worrying about what happened ultimately, that people were like, well, I'm sure, especially because it's like first time parent, whatever, I'm sure like you're not gonna be the only like single, you know, mom there, like just there by themselves without a partner or whatever. And so I, like most of me thought that. I was like, yeah, that's true, you know, I don't know. And I didn't really think much about it, mostly because I kind of forgot that it was today, until yesterday when I got an email. But I don't know, I actually like woke up excited this morning to go, and you know, driving here, I guess I was kind of in autopilot, but also feeling kind of, I don't know, I always feel like, I feel like upset with myself and like shameful that I have, and I've talked about this, but that I have like anything other than like positive, I guess you could say, emotions and feelings toward this, you know. I feel a lot of shame for having a lot of the feelings that I do, feeling like, you know, I don't know, it's just like this isn't just kind of like, you know, abandoned, alone, not right. I don't know, maybe you get what I mean without me having to explain it so much. But yeah, I feel like on Christmas Eve and Christmas, like I was in Nashville visiting my nieces, and that was like anytime I was with my nieces and I was playing with them or talking with them, or just all of the time that I spent with them, it was like the only reprieve I've had from my intense emotions for the past month and a half or so. That truly was, like, they really are the only thing. Not my parents, not my friends. Nothing has been able to, like, take all of those heavy feelings away, except for my nieces when I was with them and spending time with them. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent, but, you know, on Christmas Eve, I went back to my hotel. I was staying at a hotel with my parents. Well, I got my own room, but same hotel as my parents. And I got back on Christmas Eve, and I just was feeling sad and lonely, and like, I remember it was 18 weeks, because that was a week ago exactly. It was last Friday, and I'm 19 weeks today. And I just remember feeling heavy and, you know, just like that sick to your stomach, kind of empty, lonely, confused, whatever, abandoned, all of that. And then at the same time, like, shame that, like, I am feeling that way. I can't even say it's like guilt. Like, it really is, it was and is shame. Like, I feel like I am bad for that. I am intrinsically, like, bad for feeling that way, and not, like, my feelings. I don't know. It was it's just definitely like a shame, not so much a guilt, because, like, I can't control the feelings, and so it's not like I did something and then I'm feeling guilty about, like, my action. But, like, no, I can't control it, and so then I feel like I'm inherently bad, for lack of me wanting to think of a different adjective. But I don't know where I was before that. I think I was just talking about how I feel, or how I was feeling when I was driving to this class today. It's hard. It's like a war in my head where I know logically that it's normal how I'm feeling, and I also know that I can't just be like, don't think about that, or don't think like that. And I need to just feel whatever is coming up for me. And but I was feeling, you know, I was excited for the class, but feeling indifferent, I guess. No, that's not the right word. I'm not indifferent. It's just like two very polar opposite emotions that it seems odd to even have them coexist. It's not a bittersweet situation. It's like anguish on one end and extreme gratitude and joy on the other end. But not peace. There's not really peace, except for when I am able to just think about it logically, and I'm like, things don't happen for no reason. It was already so odd that I got pregnant in the way that I did. Like, when I think about it logically, it's like, this is what is supposed to, like, this is happening for me, and for, you know, it also could have been happening for my ex, but they chose not to, and I'm choosing to take what the universe, God, whoever has given me, because it's supposed to happen. Like, things don't just happen for no reason. especially something like this, I think. And I know that it's a good thing, and I know that it is the right thing, and I know that it's going to be so good for me, and I know that it could be good for him, but he doesn't see it that way. And so just thinking about it for myself, it's like, yeah, like this, I should be like totally at peace, but the reality is, like, in the present, I'm struggling with the other feelings. Anyway, I got to the class, and kind of the thing that I first worried about, and then quickly was like, no, I'm sure there's other single people there. That was apparent right away. There were 6, no. Why can't I do math right now? Wow. 7, hello, 8 total, and I am a person. 7 other couples, 7 couples, and then me. I guess it's typically like, there's always, I had to book this early because like they fill up quickly, and it's this like a 16 people thing. It's like an 8 couple, 16 people thing. And no one like said, you know, no one that I talked to that worked there said anything to me. Granted, I didn't ask, but no one said like, oh, you know, just so you know, like, even like if you want to bring a friend, or, because I would have brought a girlfriend with me if like I, you know, or maybe they don't want you to, I don't know. So yeah, I was the only single person there, and 2 freaking, this is like no fault on these people because they didn't know, but when I walked in, there were 2 couples there already, and one of the girls asked me, you know, I can't remember exactly how she worded it. I think something about like, she didn't say boyfriend or husband. She said, I think she said like, is your guy coming up or something, because I like had to take an elevator up there. Yeah, and I was like, no, this is just me. And then when it was about to start and everyone was there, the like 2 women, like these 2 women came in who I think were the instructors, and like it was time for it was like 4 p.m., which is when it started, and then it got to be like 4:02, and they were like in there but not starting, and then one of them kind of like started walking over to me to come talk to me, but then just like stopped halfway and like announced it to everyone, was like, are we waiting on your boyfriend or your husband? To me. And I was like, no. Like, I signed up for this. I didn't sign up as 2 people. Yeah, and like I get it, they didn't probably have anything to do with that. They're just there to instruct, and it's not any, like, no one was trying to make me feel bad, you know? It's just me, because of the situation I'm in. It made me, oh god, it made me, I don't know, obviously, I was gonna say even more aware of the situation. Like, obviously I'm aware of my situation, but having to like speak it out loud twice while I was there just was hard for me, you know? And so I kind of was starting to get like sort of I don't know how to explain it, because like I have panic attacks where they seemingly kind of come out of nowhere. Like it can just be like an environmental trigger and then I'll feel it coming on. But the panic attacks and like the anxiety attacks I've been having recently are like, I feel them coming on and building up, and they're a result of my intense emotions, and I can get so, just be in so much anguish and devastation, and then like just kind of start spiraling to where I start to feel it physically, and then that starts to, then like the cycle, the spiral just like gets deeper, and I am like, shit, I'm gonna have a panic attack, and then like they bounce off of each other and make everything worse. And it's like truly so unbearable. Anyway, this happened at the beginning of the class, and then they kind of got everything started probably like 3 minutes into it. Yeah, like 3 minutes into the class starting. I knew that it was about to be bad, and I started kind of spinning, and my heart felt like it was going to explode out of my chest, which it kind of always has since I've been pregnant, but like when I get anxious, it's like, it freaks me the fuck out. Like that's not a symptom of anxiety that I've really dealt with ever, is like anything to do with my heart, but being pregnant, it's, yeah. And just kind of like feeling like tears well up behind my eyes, and I've had like a migraine for some reason for the past few days, and that started like getting really intense, and I was like my eyes were throbbing, and it was just like I was like, shit, like I'm about to have like a full-fledged panic attack. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, be there for a few minutes, and then like go back in. So I excused myself to the bathroom, which wasn't unusual because someone else had already done that, even though it had only been like a couple minutes, like, hello, we're all pregnant. And for whatever reason, like, instead of walking into the bathroom, I just walked straight past it to the elevator, went downstairs, and came to my car. And then, well, I already was starting like hyperventilating in the elevator and feeling like I was gonna pass out. I don't even remember walking from the elevator, like through the lobby to the parking lot, out to my, like, I actually can't remember that, because I was just in this state of like, I don't know. I can't say I was dissociated because I was like feeling so much pain, but I don't remember it. It was like, I don't know. And then I came into my car, and I mean, it's 5:10 right now, so I got to my car at like 4:10, had a full-fledged panic attack for 20 minutes maybe, then tried to call my mom. I think she's on a flight though, and then called my friend and calmed down a little bit. But then like once I hung up with my friend, it started again, and it was like just, I don't know. just was hard. And now I'm mad at myself for that, and like I know I couldn't control it, but like what? Now am I supposed to try and go back every week, and am I now gonna be triggered every week when I drive here, you know? No, I'm definitely gonna bring one of my friends, and yeah, I don't know. It's just hard. It's like, sometimes also I get so overwhelmed with just like the amount of trauma that I have, and I'm not trying to sound like a victim, though like I'm not trying, like I get overwhelmed with like the fact that even though I've done so much work and I've done years of trauma therapy, I get so overwhelmed with the thought of like, well, there's some things that like I have been this way because of like childhood, and it's like it just feels like it's impossible. Like I'm never gonna feel, I think that like the anxiety right now is like I'm never gonna feel okay. Like this is so miserable and so unbearable. And a lot of the times with anxiety, like the anxiety that comes with having PTSD, I know that like in time it will subside, and it's awful, like the panic attacks that come from like having flashbacks or certain things that will like trigger me to dissociate. Like while it's like super fucking hard, I do know that it passes. But with this, it's like kind of like how I said, like I had a panic attack, and then like I calmed down, and then it started again once I hung up the phone, because even, like once I start to calm down physically, normally that's when I'm able to calm down mentally, and that's when it starts to pass. But now, since it's like I'm still in this situation, it's not like calming down physically changed anything. And so the same situation that I'm in, the same feelings that I had before the panic attack, that I still have now, are still there. So it's like this like sense of like it being so permanent, because it's much more permanent than what I'm used to, I guess. Like I know how to get through anxiety attacks, panic attacks, hard emotions. It's just I've never, even going through like a bad heartbreak, no, like nothing has ever felt this emotionally hard for this long, with kind of like no end in sight. And it just feels, it is like unbearable a lot of the times. So anyway, I've been talking for 25 minutes, and I don't want to edit this, so I wanted to talk about something else. Like I planned on filming a video after the class about something else. Just that I've been thinking about. And I mean, even if I went into that knowing that I was going to be the only single person, or I don't think anything could have really prevented that, except for not being the only single person there, not being in my situation. I just feel like every thought and feeling I have, and then especially when I like express it or voice it, I immediately am firing back like judgment at myself for feeling that way. Like, I have been through some very hard things in my life, and saying them out loud, like, I think most people would be like, oh my god, that's horrible, I'm so sorry, whatever. And like, none of those things have been as hard as this. And just saying it out loud, like, yes, I'm pregnant and the person I was with left me and we were supposed to, you know, it sounds fucking horrible and like something no one should have to go through, but I just, like, when I say it out loud, I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. But really, like, truly, emotionally and physically, in every single way, it's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing. Harder than any of the awful things that I've been through. And maybe it's because it's all happening at once. I'm feeling it just a lot. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I am not avoidant anymore. I used to try to distract myself. Now I do not do that. It's just like with every feeling I have, I immediately am firing back at myself. Like, I should be able to be fine, or at least better than I am, because I've been through so much seemingly worse. But anyway, it's fully dark now. Actually have a long drive. Well, I'm gonna go home first, change, and then I have a long drive to make. So yeah, I'm gonna just upload this. I'm not gonna edit it. My heart is like racing.